We're all swimming in ads every single day. But how do you capture the attention of people for whom money is, well, basically no object? Today, we're going to look at a marketing strategy that's all about forging deep connections when the stakes couldn't be higher. I want you to picture the world of ultra-luxury real estate. Think of a place like Aspen. Your clients aren't just buying a house, right? They're investing in a lifestyle, a community, a whole legacy. And that feeling of belonging, you just can't put a price tag on that.
So if a simple ad or a billboard just won't cut it, how on earth do you build those deep, trust-based relationships that lead to these massive, life-changing sales? Well, let's get into it.
And this quote from Heather Sinclair, who's a top agent in Aspen, she absolutely nails it. It's not about flashing your logo around, it's about creating a genuine, unforgettable experience. Honestly, this one idea is the key to everything we're about to talk about.
Okay, so that's the big idea, right? Experience over logos. But what does that actually look like in the real world? Let's dive into a case study that shows exactly why just being present isn't enough.
The initial thinking here was pretty solid. In a market as exclusive as Aspen, you have to be part of the culture. So the strategy was to sponsor a team at the super prestigious Snow Polo World Championships. The idea was to embed the brand right into the lifestyle their clients already lived and breathed.
Okay, and this is where things get really interesting. They tried this for 2 years straight, but with 2 totally different strategies. It basically created a perfect real-world A/B test of what actually works and what, totally flops.
So, year 1 was all about presence. The goal was to get the brand name out there, get seen by the right people at this huge event, and just be visible. I mean, it's pretty much marketing 101, isn't it?
But here's the kicker. The big aha moment. They realized that while the brand was definitely seen, all that exposure didn't actually create any business momentum. Just being visible, they learned, doesn't automatically get people to act.
So that realization led to a huge pivot in year 2. They went from being a passive sponsor, just another name on a banner, to becoming an active curator of the entire experience.
And you can really see the massive shift here. On the left, you've got year 1. Simply hosting, inviting broadly. It's pretty passive stuff. Now look at year 2. Curating experiences, inviting intentionally. And this is the big one. They went from just facilitating hospitality to facilitating strategic introductions. Game changer.
So let's zero in on the single most important change they made. The one thing that turned this from a marketing expense into a powerful business pipeline.
48 hours. That's it. That was the magic number. The focus completely shifted from the event itself to what happened in that critical 2-day window right after it ended.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? An event with no follow-up, it's just a fun party. It's an expense. But an event with a structured, immediate follow-up, now that becomes an engine for your business. That's a real investment.
And the proof, as they say, was in the pudding. The new strategy worked. Those curated conversations at the polo match directly turned into real, tangible results. We're talking listing appointments, serious investment discussions, and long-term advisory roles.
So this is a great story about real estate in Aspen. But what can the rest of us take away from this? Let's boil it all down into some core principles that any business can use.
So, the first big idea is something called experiential presence. It's really a mindset shift. You have to stop thinking of yourself as just a host who's throwing a party. You're a connector. Your real value isn't the free champagne, it's the strategic introductions you're able to make.
And the second principle is the ecosystem mindset. This one is huge. It's about choosing to belong over just getting exposure. When you consistently show up in the places where your community already gathers, your brand just becomes part of the fabric of that lifestyle. And that's how you build some serious trust.
All right, so how do you actually do this? It really boils down to a simple 3-step playbook. First, choose the right room. It's not about the biggest crowd. It's about the room that's aligned with your clients. Second, focus on depth. Seriously, a few high-quality conversations are worth way more than 100 handshakes. And third, the most critical step, execute that structured, personal follow-up within those 48 hours.
I mean, this quote just sums it all up, doesn't it? Literally anyone with a budget can buy an ad to get noticed. But crafting an intentional, valuable experience, that's what makes you unforgettable. And in a high-stakes world, being memorable is absolutely everything. So, as we wrap up, I'll leave you with this question to think about. In our super digital world,
Where do your most powerful connections really live? Are you putting all your chips on your online networks, or are you out there curating those meaningful, real-world experiences? Something to think about.